Fish room update. Hello world, how's it going? Hope you guys are doing great. So I wanted to catch you guys up what's been going on. Many of you guys in the live stream have kind of heard that I've been having issues with my water and trying to get it right. I can't trust my tap water, so now I gotta run all RO. Well, I've had an issue with the membrane because the water heater wasn't keeping up. Got all that fixed. I still need a tankless water heater. Hoping to get that done soon, and maybe a softener. May even get a ultraviolet UV light. That way I can use my tap water again, because I'd really love to use my tap water because it's hard and it's got minerals in it that I can use, and hopefully have some bypassing to do all that. As you can hear, it's kind of noisy in here right now, but I wanted to film and show you guys this anyways, because since this is running a lot and having to do the RO, the tanks in RO, this runs pretty much all day whenever I got a chance to be in the fish room. So you may hear it a little bit in some videos. And here's the actual RO unit running in the utility room. Right now I'm filling up tanks over here, which I need to switch these before I overfill them. So now here's the kicker about that RO unit. Now I thought it was the membrane because my water heater just got flushed, tons of lime in it. My element that I actually ended up getting replaced was on the very bottom, and it was actually encapsulated, so it was stuck in the water heater, and the plumber had to yank it out. I didn't want to mess with it. I wasn't going to do it myself, so I did have a pro do it, and I didn't really have time to mess with it, to be honest. Well, it comes down, I thought the membrane just got trashed, and ended up getting a new one. Talked to the guy at Aqua FX and all that stuff, and they sent me a new one, and they didn't send me the one that I used to have in it because I had a brackish RO one. I'm like, well, why didn't you guys use this kind before? So there was a whole circus with that, and ended up getting that. They made that right and sent me the right membrane that I needed. So now I got that in, and then it wasn't working properly. And I ended up calling them up like, hey, what's going on here? Really got to figure this out. Water changes have to be done. It's been like 5 weeks. And finally they let me know that, finally they mentioned to pull out the probe. They told me where the probe is and to pull it out while it's running, because sometimes air bubbles can get in there and give you a miscalculation. So this whole time, what has caused all this confusion has been that probe that had air bubbles in it. Since whenever the water heater got drained out, I had my RO system drained out as well, because I had to flush the stuff that was in the water heater after he flushed it and all that stuff, and ended up having air back into the RO unit, and it got some on that meter reader, and that is what caused the whole problem now. So I've got it solved, finally back on track, and I can hopefully get back on schedule. But before I do that, I want to show you guys what this fish room looks like now, so we can kind of get a before and after. So we'll do this video and kind of show you the before, and you'll have to stay tuned for the after. So here we are in the garage. You can see that tank's really grody. That tank's really grody. These two up here are really brown. Like, they're all skank tanks right now. But this whole row and all these got affected because I was trying to run my tap water anyways to keep water changes done and stay on schedule. Well, whatever was in my tap water, which I can't trust and why I use my RO now, ended up attacking these tanks. And there was a whole breakout. I lost a ton of fish. It was absolutely horrible. But luckily I got protocols to where I only use hoses for certain racks. Like this rack's got a hose, this rack's got a hose, this rack's got a hose. Now this one will have 2 hoses because I don't trust this yet. Not until I can. And same with this, has a hose. And before you guys get on to me about how long it took to get this all figured out, it was during the holiday season, and trying to get people to do things around Christmas time and New Year's Eve, it's kind of hard to do that, especially with me being a stay-at-home dad all day with my son. It's hard to get things done. Here's the utility room. It's not too bad. I went ahead and topped these tanks all off. Same with the garage. Like, the water level was way down. And the only thing now, the main reason why I put this whole new water system in here, you see the lines, was to get water changes done faster. But now that I have to do it with my RO, it takes a lot more time. But at least I know the water's clean and safe. This tank, man, it's grody. But the fish don't mind. I saw them breeding. Now in here in the office section, these have all been half full since the day I added water into the garage. I was actually planning on, it was like an all-nighter. I was planning on adding water into them the day after I got some sleep, and then I got down into the garage and then ended up finding issues down there. And so I had to halt my water production altogether. So these have actually been half full. You can see some of these hardly have any water in them. But they're doing pretty good. These are lime green endlers, blue dreams. Like, I haven't had any issues with anything dying in any of these tanks. So that's good. But at the same time, the plants aren't really growing. The algae's growing though. You can see down here in the Blue Dream tank how this algae is starting to take over since I haven't really had any water circulation. More seed shrimp are popping up because they're eating off all the microalgae and whatnot in the water. Looks like I got a bunch of babies going on though, so that's good. Then the rainbow tank, main rainbow tank, it's looking kind of grungy. Got a little bit of algae. Still lots of growth. Grunge, 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 grunge. Then in here I've got more grungy tanks, and they just need topped off and water changed. I got a red light on this one. That went to green water because the organics breaking down. But I'll be happier when water changes get done, because if I'm not getting water changes done, this fishery ain't happy, I'm not happy. But it's really hard to focus on like shrimp breeding or fish breeding or plant keeping when you have so many tanks. And the fish and the shrimp actually like dirtier tanks, but the plants obviously like cleaner tanks. So it's kind of hard to balance them. Alright, so there you have it, a quick update of what's been going on and why it's been kind of quiet lately and what I've been trying to get figured out. It's been stressful, it's been a real pain in the butt, and it's cost me more than I've wanted it to in all kinds of levels. But either way, I wanted to bring you guys up to date on it, and if you like, hit that subscribe button, see if I can bring it back out of this whatever it's in. Hopefully I can stay with my FERT schedule, which I just did a video of recently that you guys can check out. As always, I'll have Friday night Q&As 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, where you guys can ask the community and I questions. Hopefully I get this place cleaned up. Until next time.